We should talk though about this PlayStation thing though that happened. Now, was this last week or the week before?
Last week.
This is last week also.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess summary: PlayStation Portal, PlayStation Portal, because PSP is PlayStation Portable.
Sorry, I think I just wrote it as the portable PlayStation thing. That's my fault.
Yeah. So it's called the PlayStation Portal. It was announced last week, and basically, if you haven't seen the thing, what it is actually kind of interesting. It's a DualShock controller split in half with an 8-inch screen in the middle.
It's exactly what a 17-year-old would have photoshopped when they're like, what if I had a PlayStation controller and a Switch in the middle?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
It's kind of
What
sick.
if my Joy-Cons were a PlayStation controller?
But the DualShock controller is really nice.
It is
This
really
is like, it
nice.
still has all the haptics and all that. The battery life's not amazing, but okay, you have the DualShock controller wherever you want, and you have the screen, so now you don't have to be in front of a TV. I can be on the couch, I can be in the basement, I can be under the covers in my room playing video games, and no one can tell because I got it in my lap. It's an 8-inch screen.
The bathroom.
Wherever. Yeah, exactly. In the bathroom. Wherever. Yeah. So you've got that. You've got a $200 price tag. And so all of us saw this and thought, wow, that's actually really intriguing. Like, I like the PS5. I played games on the PS5. I wonder if I would want to get one of these things. Then you learn the details of like how it works, what it does, what it doesn't do, right? First of all, it is a remote play device. Basically, what you need to know about what that means is it's not really doing much of any actual processing on the device. What's happening is you need to also have a PS5, and that PS5 needs to be on and connected to the internet, and your PlayStation Portal, while it's also on and connected to the internet, will then use your PlayStation 5's compute processing to show the games on your little display in your hands. So it's this 8-inch, I think it's 1080p, 60 hertz. It's cheap. It's just like bring the game from the TV to another room in your own house, basically. I mean, I assume you can play on Wi-Fi somewhere else, but then you start to deal with latency and like how good is the internet connection wherever you're at. So
yeah, I think we confirmed that. I think Judner did a video on doing it, but he wasn't able to test it. And like he said, he asked them about using it on Wi-Fi somewhere else, and they said, sure, but it like depends on your connection.
Yeah.
So that's like, I'm sure you can get great connection somewhere, but that's never something I look forward to.
This is the world of cloud gaming. Like, you've seen what it's like to just stream a YouTube video. Imagine streaming a 1080p YouTube video with live low latency controls and all that other stuff. Like, it's not going to be as good as playing on your couch, but sure, whatever. You take the game with you.
Yeah.
I thought it's not compatible with PlayStation Cloud.
It's not compatible with PlayStation
right.
Cloud, but you can connect via Wi-Fi to your PlayStation. Still has to be turned on at home. But you can make the link to your.
But it's never streaming a game from the internet. It's always streaming it from.
It's not
from
like
local
Stadia. It's not like
storage.
Stadia.
Yeah. Okay.
From your PS5.
Yeah, they don't have data centers that are like streaming the games to you. It's just going
This is the
over-
first of so many questions I have about this thing. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
So you need a PlayStation 5 is the baseline thing.
Yeah.
You need a good internet connection, and then the compute from your PlayStation 5 is what's being shown on the handheld controller.
Yeah.
That's number one. So, okay, fine. $200, I'm not shocked by that. I think that's not the craziest thing.
I was shocked already. I was shocked.
It's not as interesting anymore, but it is not a shock to me at that price. I guess I could say it that way. But then some other weird things started to pop up.
Do the worst.
mainly,
Do you want to do the worst one?
the headphone one is
The
like,
Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth is
Okay. The worst one is that this does not support Bluetooth and instead uses a protocol that only 2 pairs of Sony earbuds and headphones use. Not even their existing headphones have this protocol. They just released 2 new pairs of earbuds and headphones that have the protocol. So those are the only things that you can listen to audio through it with unless you use the headphone jack.
Yeah. So it has a headphone jack.
No
Great.
Bluetooth.
But if you want to connect wireless headphones to your PlayStation Portal, you can't just go in Bluetooth settings and connect your Sony Mark Vs, even though Sony makes them. You would need, what's the protocol called? I want to look it up.
I'm so mad about this. I'm so mad.
He's like,
it's called
you look like you're gonna
PlayStation.
break
It's
the
called
mic stand.
PlayStation Link.
Link.
It's called PlayStation Link, and it's so confusing. A, because there was already a Sony thing called PlayStation Link that was
I
different.
thought so.
And B,
Yeah.
it's like when it first, Sony loves proprietary audio codecs, so I assumed that they had just made like a super low latency one for gamers, but that's not That's not what they did.
Wait, it's not?
No, it's like that would mean they were like using Bluetooth to encode, or they were transmitting over Bluetooth and encoding,
Doubling the frequency or whatever.
As
right?
far as no one's like used the words Wi-Fi Direct, but as far as I can tell, is that this is a Wi-Fi Direct based thing.
Okay.
Because they eventually want it to be like
Way higher bandwidth.
higher bandwidth, lower latency, and better multi-device networking. So
Sure,
in theory,
but why?
because I think what they're going for eventually is you'll be able to seamlessly
Move from your PlayStation to the
to your Sony laptop, to your like I think they're going to roll it out
Just
to
from the portable
everything.
to your console is probably the most.
They say Mac and PC are going to get it eventually, and that was the other thing, because if it's not Wi-Fi Direct, I don't know how they would just assume that Macs and PCs could just start transmitting this new like wireless kind of invention.
Well, it's got to
popped
use
out
an
of nowhere.
existing thing with just a modified protocol.
Not necessarily. Sony is definitely capable of.
Yeah, but
of,
Apple is never going to just start supporting
well, yeah,
this.
exactly. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's my rant. But yeah, they've just gone and done something crazy.
Even
I think-
worse.
Even worse.
Earbuds are $200.
Yeah.
And they look like
$200.
they look like they hang like 2 inches out of your ear. They look gigantic.
They're pretty big.
They cost the same as the.
This would all be okay.
As the console.
This would all be okay if it was an option, but it isn't. It's the only thing. Like if it had Bluetooth and then
Yes.
also,
Yeah.
if you want low latency,
Yeah, yeah,
we've
yeah.
got this special
Super
thing
high
where we
end.
can give you these high-end earbuds and it'll work and it's the same price as the handheld, but hey, you want the super low latency.
That's reasonable. I do like low latency in wireless earbuds when playing games is 1000% a problem. Like I totally get that. But like they're Stardew Valley, you don't need low latency or something.
Hey,
I'm
hey.
just saying, man, you're fine with that couple millisecond delay there.
Yeah.
Astro's Playroom.
But it's just so funny because the earbuds are $200. The console is it's not even a console. The handheld is $200.
The handheld.
And you can't do anything unless you also have a PS5, which is
Yeah.
like what, $400, $500?
Can we pour one out for all the kids this Christmas
Oh,
who are
dude.
going to get...
I was just gonna say that.
The worst.
They're going to get a PlayStation Portable. Like, I know, Timmy, we've really wanted to get you a PlayStation, but it's been impossible for all these years, but we finally got you one. It's the PlayStation Portal.
Look, you can take it on the car ride.
Dude, all the kids who think they're going to be able to play their games in the car and they're like, why won't it turn on? Well, it's not it says the apps can't load.
That happened to me once. My parents got me the guitar for Guitar Hero, but not the game.
That's really funny.
So for a whole year, I was waiting for the game that they promised they would get me. Never got it.
That's
amazing.
I just had a
Fantastic.
guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, there so many poor kids are gonna get this.
This
And
will
I
happen to a non-zero number of people.
Yeah. We've been trying to think of like the scenarios of when this makes the most sense. And it feels like it stems down to you're sharing the TV with people in your family and you want to just like play on the couch while someone else is watching something.
That's literally
Yeah.
perfect.
That's like the main reason.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't stop that Sigma grind set of just your games. So like when you're cooking or going to the bathroom or walking around the house, you need to make sure you're just grinding away the entire time.
But like the PS5 is not portable, so you've got one TV in your house and you've got a PS5, but someone else is watching the game. So you want to still play on the PS5, so you just take the PlayStation Portal and take it to another room and you can still play PS5.
But you can already do that with the remote play, just like on your phone or something.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a nice dedicated DualShock 8-inch screen experience
Yeah.
that, hopefully is like a nice playing experience for $200.
Could games like incorporate it like so you could use both the TV and then
Like the Wii U. That's
Like
what
the
I've been
Wii-
calling
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, this
The
feels like the
PU.
Wii U the PU.
The most successful Nintendo product.
I will say you can turn on your PS5 remotely with the controller.
Yeah.
So even if you're like staying somewhere else,
I
and you
didn't
have
think
really
of
good
that.
Wi-Fi, you can turn on the PS5 from the other
Okay.
place with
Yeah,
it.
you could be across
That
the
would
country.
be
So, like,
so funny.
If you are going on a trip and you are going to be in the hotel and you just like want to bring it with you and you want to play your PS5 at the hotel, it's $200. It's like,
Yeah.
maybe, but it's definitely like a luxury accessory that has a lot of limitations that's going to confuse a lot of parents.
I want to know the hotels you're staying at that have good enough
yeah.
Wi-Fi to
Wow.
do this.
Yeah. I am very curious about the latency because when Stadia first launched, I was like testing it before it came out, and it was like fine for like 5 minutes, and then it would just get awful for 5 minutes, and then fine for 5 minutes, and awful for 5 minutes, and it was just, yeah.
It's like trying to watch a YouTube video in high quality when you have a garbage internet connection. It sort of cycles between crystal clear and then like 140p
Yeah.
while it catches up, and then it's crystal clear for 5 seconds again, and then it's 140p while it
Yeah.
catches up. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Do you
PlayStation
guys
Portal.
remember back in the day, back in OG included in iPhone YouTube app, the TV?
Yeah.
In the day before, it would back in the days when it would buffer an entire video as soon as you loaded it. Did you have the spot on your phone where you knew if the buffering made it past there? You were
Yeah.
like probably good all
Yeah.
the way through the video.
I was an
yeah.
expert at that.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
The little like nick on the side of your phone. You're
I
like, if it
forgot.
gets up to there.
I forgot it would load
Or
a whole
slide
video and you would just
Yeah.
wait for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that anymore. That's
Yeah,
I also
it-
want to note, I also want to note that it's kind of funny that they're just now releasing like a streaming device when we kind of went through this like handheld streaming device thing like 2 years ago, and then last year with like there's the Razer one, and then there was like there's
It's a
someone else.
bunch now.
But now the thing that's been happening this year is dedicated console computers like the Steam Deck
with
like,
real compute
like the Asus one,
and like Windows.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like real compute power in them. And those are getting more and more popular. And then they release this, and it's like,
It feels
You
like
know.
I really wonder, because like as much as we all understand this is an almost pointless product, I wonder how many like normies will see this and be like, oh yeah, I'd get that.
Yeah,
like for
that's very-
$200
so
I'd be able to
many.
play
Very
anywhere
possible.
in my house. Like
it's
I think-
very possible.
I think kids who are still living in their parents' house and have siblings and stuff where the PlayStation's connected on the biggest TV, which is also the TV in the family room that people also want to watch
Yeah.
games or other shows or movies on, and you just want to play games.
Yeah.
This actually makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. It's just such a shame because so many people remember like the Vita and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
like or want some sort of cloud streaming service like handheld. This isn't that, and is really disappointing.
and the entire Steam Deck community is also like, this thing is a joke.
yeah.
I mean, I will say when I was a kid and I would like playing on my GameCube, and then my dad would come home from work and he'd put the news on, and I'd be like, oh, I have to stop playing.
If only I had a GameCube portal.
Well, so when the Switch came out, that was like the coolest thing to me. I was like, I could be playing on the TV, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I could just grab the Switch off the dock and keep playing.
Yep.
So, I mean,
And the
there-
Switch is a smash hit.
That's true.
Makes you think. Sony.
There is something to it, but
Interesting.
I would like to see how the sales are and how it goes. But
We'll keep an eye on
we'll
it.
keep an eye on it.
We'll continue to hate on it, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Marques, how
Yeah.
did that feel?
Thanks for watching the clip. I just want to say shout out to my parents for letting me make that clip.
What was going through your mind in the final seconds of that pod?
Just had to hit the shot. You just had to just do what we've been training, which is talk tech, man. We just had to do it.
I notice our sponsors are giving you wordier and wordier ad reads. How do you prepare in the gym for these activities?
You know, we just we take it one step at a time. We take it day by day, and we put in the work, and we know it'll pay off. We're confident.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I just got one thing to say to you.
What?
Pegatron.
Like and subscribe.